And we have Team Big Red versus Team Tidal. Or Tittle. I never know how to pronounce their name. They were here last week as well.
It is
so.
Tilde.
Tilde. Is that like a French word or something?
Probably something French,
so,
Spanish, I'm not sure.
I'll apologize for mispronouncing the name. It's Team Tilde, which is going to be on the Radiant side, versus the Dire Team Big Red. And we are just waiting on someone to connect, and there we go. We have our connected. And the first ban and first pick is going to go to the Radiant, and we're going to kick things off with some awesome banning processes. So last game, we saw a interesting strategy by the Dire that did not work out at all, and was probably one of the fastest Dota games I've ever seen in my life.
We see a first ban of Viper.
Wow, that was a very, very quick 2 bans there from both teams. Viper and Invoker. Viper is kind of an interesting ban. You don't really see him worried about that much in games, but apparently the team title tied what? Wow. Tilde, thank you. Team Tilde is very, very worried about Viper. So
we have seen him played a lot in competitive games lately. It's interesting to see him as a first ban, but he has been very strong. We've seen him win quite a few games in the competitive scene in the past couple of weeks, so it's not too interesting to see that.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
We see the following bans of Furion and Darkseer. Pretty obvious bans there. And Tidehunter being picked up again.
Another Tidehunter ban. That's becoming popular today. Now,
People
do you
don't
think
like
we'll see an Anti-Mage ban or maybe a Shadow Demon ban? Because there's only one more ban left, and then we get the picks. So it'll be interesting to see how.
Still a lot of powerful heroes up there.
Yeah, there's still Beastmaster. There's still Anti-Mage, Shadow Demon.
Well, yeah, there's Chen, there's Anti-Mage, there's Rasta, there's Veno, there's Windrunner.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah, Veno is such a good hero if you stay in the back, and there's Anti-Mage. Like, we don't want to deal with him.
Yeah, I don't want to see him either, to be honest with you.
It's so funny to watch the professionals play this game, because if the other team has an Anti-Mage, they just deal with it so well, and they're like, whatever, it's an Anti-Mage, whatever. It's really interesting just to kind of the differences between the quote-unquote amateur scene and the professional scene, where you have teams like EG or NextKZ or even some of the Asian teams that we're seeing now. Nightstalker, first pick for the Radiant.
So that's an interesting pick. A good pick, though. Tier 1 pick.
It'll, I'm curious to see if the Dire will pick maybe another Chen and Windrunner, because if they were watching the last game, they might say, hey, that's a good idea. Let's try it. Never know. But Nightstalker as a first pick is good because he's such a powerful hero if played right. So it'll be Shadow Shaman for the Dire.
Another good pick.
Very, very good pick. Such a powerful mid laner and pusher with those wards and the shock. And there's the Windrunner pick as well.
So we'll have to see what the Radiance picks up next. There's still Venomancer on the board, still a lot of good heroes.
I really want to see Beastmaster. I really do. He's Enigma.
Enigma. I like the Enigma pick. And then the CM. See, Enigma is underused in my opinion. He has a very amazing ult that is very hard to land, I will admit, and is not that great of an AoE, but it is amazing nonetheless if you can land it. Coupling that with CM is entirely the right decision as well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I believe it was Mouse Sports and EG that we saw EG pick up Enigma, and they were able to land so many good black holes. It just completely turned the team fights around. And Enigma is just one of those heroes that, man, he's a really hard hero to kind of understand and grasp, but if you get his ult in a correct place, you just dominate the battle control. It's just ridiculous how good his ult is if you get a good one off. It's amazing.
If you can trap 4 to 5 people in a black hole,
oh my gosh, yeah,
it's the team fight ends, So that's kind of the power of Enigma right there. And especially with CM running in there and ulting, will be just twice as powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dire taking quite a long time using a lot of their reserve time, and we do see the Vengeful Spirit to counteract the Enigma ult, which is a very, very smart play there by the Dire. Vengeful Spirit, not only counters Enigma, but is a very, 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 very good support and a good possible carry if they choose to play him a player that way as well.
You see the Sand King ban, so they don't want to play against Tidehunter or Sand King. So Earthshaker and Tiny being two valuable heroes left on the board. I like the VS pick. It's a strong support. I guess we'll be seeing more of an aggressive, damage-oriented role out of Shadow Shaman, so that'll be interesting.
Yes. Going back to the Crystal Maiden pick, she's one of those heroes that, is really squishy and usually gets picked on a lot, unfortunately. But she has her slow abilities, and her aura just makes her such a force to contend with. It's just ridiculous how much mana regen that she can give the team. And we are seeing the bans here: Lifestealer for the Radiant, and Ricky Maru banned for the Dire. So they, that Ricky Maru is actually a pretty smart ban, because he would really complement the Radiant team lineup right now. It's just, he would be just such a good hero to get in there, do damage, get out, come back, do more damage, and either pick up kills or just kind of farm the enemy team just really, really quickly. So very, very nice ban by the Dire. I really like that choice.
Yeah, I think that that ban was definitely intended to force the Radiants into a less versatile carry role. And then the Lifestealer following up, obviously, they're not going for Lifestealer or Skeleton King. We'll have to see what they decide will be their late game carry. I'm guessing they'll go for ranged.
Yeah, I'm biased. Yeah, and Chen ban as well. So, it's so interesting. This has been a complete one. Morphling.
There's the carry, Morphling.
Morphling. Oh, one of my favorite looking heroes. He just looks so cool in Dota 2. I mean, he's one of those heroes that is just really nice to look at. His model is really, really well done, really well thought out. But Morphling, we've been seeing him a lot in the professional scene as well. He is just such a cannon. It's ridiculous how much damage he can do.
I have a smile on my face just seeing him pick Morphling.
I know.
Such
it's
a strong hero.
Morphling got picked. Oh, it's so great. Yeah, it's so great. I love him. There's the Venomancer. There's the Venomancer.
Interesting picking him up in the 4th round, but still a strong pick. We see a lot of pushing power from the Dire. No carry yet, so they will be definitely trying to end this early, whereas the Radiants with Morphling will probably trying to be dragged this out. Oh, we see Jakiro.
Oh.
That's a very interesting pick.
Oh my gosh, I am loving the Radiant so far. Oh my gosh, this is going to be such a great game.
If they can land all of their abilities
we
together.
See Kunkka! Another hero that you
I like that.
ever see.
No, the boat is an excellent counter as a long-range stun that Enigma and Jakiro as well as CM will not be able to see coming.
But
as well as Torrent.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's but I completely lost my train of thought, so continue.
No, I like the Kunkka. That's a very strong counter to the channels that that Radiants have picked up so far. I like the Jakiro only because it's such a difficult hero to play. I'm interested to see who will be playing him and how.
Yeah, wow. I'm kind of at a loss for words here on both of the team's setups. It's a lot of heroes that you do not really see a lot in at least captain mode pick.
Well, for last picked, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's, Kunkka, we see a Jakiro and a Morphling. Night Stalker is picked sometimes, but he's not picked a lot. But I'm really happy to see the Jakiro and Morphling, because they just make me so happy, because one, they're just really cool heroes, and two, they're just such strong heroes if played correctly. But going off here on the Radiant side here, we have the Black Mamba as the Night Stalker, very appropriate. As the Almighty Jakiro, we have Zyre playing the Dragon Beast from Hell. We also have Slim ZZ as Enigma. And we have Morphling as Floats, or Flouts. I believe I'm saying that name right.
Let's look at the pause here. Go ahead.
Nope, never mind. Apparently they had connection issues, and then we're all set now. And then Iceberg is playing Crystal Maiden. So very appropriate names for each of the heroes. Shiny, what do we got for the Dire?
Oh, we're seeing Slums on Kunkka, so Slums battling out that Kunkka with first level Torrent instead of Tidebringer. Eric is cool, we're playing Vengeful Spirit. Venomancer being played by Mutt Koa. For Rasta we see Ponies, and who did I miss? For Windrunner, Gogi will be soloing bottom.
Awesome. Very, very nice. And while I update the brackets here, why don't you watch the rune here? They're kind of dancing around the rune at the top river. I'm not sure why they're doing it.
They are waiting for Rasta to get... Oh, Kunkka grabbed it. I believe they will be trying to get this first blood mid, so that'll be interesting to see who is up here. Jakiro. Be careful, Jakiro, if you get caught off guard. With he has not got a skill yet, so he may pick up Ice Wall. There you go. Ice Path, sorry.
It's okay. And grats to Get Off My Lawn for winning their game. They just finished, and their
I'm sorry.
game
Action top here. Jakiro getting caught out of position. A 3-man gank. They don't see where he is. They do now.
Oh no!
Venomancer gets the Gale off. Vengeful Spirit with the stun. And there's the Torrent from Kunkka. All of these auto attack damage.
Oh, nice stun by
Jakiro. Barely saving him for another second, but Jakiro unfortunately giving first blood there. Not enough vision from that. Oh, I'm sorry. That's an observer ward from the Dire, so they saw him come in there. They saw him go into the jungle, or sorry, into the secret shop.
You know, it was very important for Kunkka to get that first blood and not Vengeful Spirit or Venomancer. And if you noticed, both of them backed off and let Kunkka do the last hitting. So very, very good coordination there by Team Big Red.
Very true. And a good Ice Path by Jakiro, I have to admit.
Yes. If he had had more health, I think he would have been able to get away. But Jakiro is in the suicide lane right now on top. He's facing a Vengeful, a Kunkka, and a Veno. So he's going to have to be careful. But he does have a lot of good AoE damage to really kind of take out those creep waves if he needs it. So we will see how.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we'll see how well he can deal with all of the creeps or all of the heroes all at once.
Looks like Rasta is doing pretty well mid here. Night Stalker with only 6 kills.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess Rasta only has 5 as well. So pretty even, we're seeing. Take a look at the gold graph. Dire about 300 ahead, which is not that big of a deal, just from that first blood.
Excuse me, as I have the hiccups at the worst possible moment there. And Kunkka almost dying to creeps here. He's at 81 HP.
I'm sorry, Jakiro getting caught out of position. Top lane, Venomancer with the Gale. Vengeful is able to get her stun off. Jakiro misses his Ice Path. Unfortunately, the auto attack's doing a lot of damage. Poison taking him down. And unfortunately, he is going to go down here. One last auto attack from Vengeful.
Oh man, Jakiro is just not having a good day. He's really being too aggressive for this tri lane.
Yeah, poking into that jungle was not the smart idea for him there, unless he had wards to put down, which he did not. Got caught by the Gale, and unfortunately, too much follow up for him to get out of there.
Yeah, and you know, I think that they know it now, and they've given him an extra friend here. And if Crystal Maiden's not careful, she's going to be caught in a position too. You know, I love this ward here by the Dire.
Vengeful Spirit going to get in the stun. Ice Path missing, only getting Veno. CM trying to freeze Vengeful and get the Crystal Nova off, not doing enough damage, and Venomancer getting the last hit. Crystal Maiden goes down. There's the Ice Path from Jakiro. Unfortunately, no follow-up with damage.
You know, this top lane is just really doing a lot of damage to these two heroes because they just have so much crowd control. It's just, you know, they have Venos, I don't think so. Vengeful Spirit stun, they have Kunkka's Torrent, and he doesn't have X marks the spot yet, but he will soon. And Veno also does have his slow. So they just have so much ability to just kind of say, okay, well, we just want this hero, or we just want this hero. So I'm really enjoying the teamwork that Big Red here is doing at their tri lane. They're doing a very, very good job in controlling their top lane. And I really want to see Jakiro shine because if he can get a lot of good farms and possibly some ganks here, and we will really see him shine. But right now he's not doing so great. And we are seeing a pause here. Windrunner did just disconnect, so we're going to allow her to come back. And we are seeing another disconnect here.
So while we're waiting for those guys to get back, taking a look at the gold graph again. The Dyer's up by a little over 1K. That may not seem significant, but it is only 4 minutes and 15 seconds in, so that is quite a good start for them. If we take a look at individuals, we'll see why. Looks like Kunkka with the most gold earned at 1,400. Radiance Carry following at only 850, unfortunately. Shadow Shaman also with 900, so they're doing well. Taking a look at items, nobody really with anything significant yet. Night Stalker able to pick up his bottle, as well as Shadow Shaman, but that's about it.
Yeah, and Night Stalker's also going for this haste rune, so he might be using it to gank a certain lane. They might be going for Shadow Shaman there. Say that 5 times fast.
Do want to note Shadow Shaman has a DD in his bottle, which is good for him.
Yes, Shadow Shaman would be able to hex and pop his damage rune. And
he is leveling Ether Shock first.
Well, which is really, really needed against anyone in mid, really. That way he's able to take up the creep waves and
do that damage.
And do just so much damage. So. Yeah. And we are seeing a unpause here shortly, so... Vengeful Spirit here, only sitting on 106 gold, but she's doing her job at just kind of supporting Kunkka, so very, very nice job there on Vengeful Spirit. Whoops. We have the double unpause. And there we go. We are back here into the game. Venno is doing another nice job. He does have his wand, so pretty fast wand and boots there from Venno because of the early ganks here at top. Crystal Maiden and Jakiro are just kind of sitting back and just kind of biding their time, and unfortunately, they're doing their job here. These two supports are doing their job in pulling the creep waves to make Kunkka just have so much farm. And Night Stalker going on haste. He might be going for Rasta here. Rasta does know it, so he does pop his double damage room just to make sure that he does not get caught out of position by Nox.
They are just hammering at each other. We do see another pause as Windrunner, another disconnect. If we see a third disconnect, we'll have to ask them to have somebody step in.
Yeah, if it keeps happening, we will do our best to try and get a replacement, or if they don't have a replacement, we'll just deal with it, which, it's sometimes happening. But, looking here at Morphling, he's getting a good amount of farm as well as Enigma farming their jungle. Enigma at almost 1.2k gold. That's a lot of gold there for Enigma. He might be saving up for a Blink Dagger, or another good situational item for him. He doesn't actually have any items at all. He just is saving up his gold straight up.
I do believe he will get that Blink Dagger first, so that when he's level 6, he can deliver that first powerful black hole that I think we'll see.
Yeah, and we are seeing Morphling getting the Ring of Basilius and a Wraith Band as well. So we are seeing Morphling getting a little bit more items there for farm. And we're seeing more disconnects around the board, so it happens, guys. There's nothing you really can do when your ISP decides to, screw you in the face. So it happens.
Dire leading 3-0 here, 5 minutes in.
Taking a look at the XP graph, it's really not in favor of anyone. Dire has a little bit of a lead, but a 500 XP difference really isn't that big of a deal at, almost 5 minutes in. But if we take a look at the gold graph, the Dire have just been dominating. They are almost 1.5k ahead 5 minutes in, and that, like you stated before, is huge because of those early ganks here at the top lane, which is really unfortunate.
It's good for now. I mean, the Radiants can definitely come back from that, no problem. But they do have a good advantage if they keep it going. It could be snowball. Yeah,
I mean, if the Radiant isn't careful, they're going to be outclassed in the mid game and possibly the late game if they do not play their cards right. Enigma's going for that Blink Dagger, and that'll definitely help in his ult for initiation. And Vengeful Spirit, though, she will really have to make sure that she does the swap correctly on Enigma to turn the team fight over to the Dire.
And we'll have to see what happens in this first night coming up soon. Night Stalker at level 5 with, he's leveling Void first. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. And we are now having some Steam problems, which that's okay. This game is in beta, so it happens. I've watched Toby Wan's Asian Dota, and like the first 45 minutes was them trying to get all the Asian teams to connect to the U.S. servers, and it was just such a pain in the ass.
Oh man.
Well, because there's no Asian servers over in China or anything. Like there's no Steam over there, and Valve specifically said that they're really trying to get Steam integrated into like a lot of the LAN rooms and stuff that China has over there, which would be great because it's such a big deal over there in the Asian/China region. So
yeah, I do believe they were able to get some Dota servers up recently, and there are Asian servers available now.
Yes, which is wonderful. It really shows what kind of a company Valve is, and how much they really kind of are for their community. So
definitely, I agree.
Which is one of the reasons I'm really enjoying Dota as an esport, because already they have their broadcasting slots there for tournaments and stuff. You have games like League of Legends and stuff who still just kind of getting there, but they don't have it for like the amateur stuff that we do here, which is kind of an inconvenience if you want to try and do tournaments and you don't have the correct spectator modes and stuff, which is frustrating. That's okay. And we are seeing reconnects here. And I'm getting more whispers.
We should be good to go any moment here. Everybody's back in the game. We'll let Dire unpause it whenever they're ready.
It happens. I remember one day I had to restart Steam like 5 times because it just kept crashing. And I was just like, why? I just want to play some Dota.
I know how that can be.
It's so frustrating, but that's okay.
Yep. Beta is beta.
Or beta, as they say over in Europe. They call it beta for some reason. It's really creepy.
I don't know if that's Europe. Yeah, Europe or
Europe?
just cinnamon.
I don't know if that's Europe.
I don't know if that's Europe. I don't know if it's Europe or just cinnamon. I'm not sure.
No, it's definitely a lot of Europe gamers, because I know there is quite a few people who say beta, and it annoys the hell out of me because that's not how it's pronounced.
Well, that's how they pronounce it. Their choice. Looks like we're seeing some heavy pressure from top. Dire is. I'm not sure if they want to get that tower down or if they really just want to leech that XP.
Mm-hmm. Well, my mind's drawing a blank for some reason. I'm not sure why. If Crystal Maiden and the dragon guy, because I for some reason I can't pronounce his name all of a sudden.
Jakiro.
Thank you, Jakiro. Yes, I am dyslexic, everybody. I know that. That's okay.
All the fog on my map just... Nope, that's because it's nighttime.
Night Stalker's gonna get...
Night Stalker going for Rasta here mid, throwing the silence in the void. Unfortunately, not doing enough damage. Pulling off before he gets to the tower.
That was really close.
Well, it's interesting to see him level up Void first. He's going for that damage. It's really all it scales with. Usually we would see Hunter in the night so he can get those early ganks off. The damage is good. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, I mean, if Rasta isn't careful, he's gonna eventually get ganked by Void, because Void's gonna get up there and be able to really take him out pretty quickly. So Rasta is just gonna have to be careful.
As long as Night Stalker can get 2 Voids off before Rasta is able to... I'm sorry, Shadow Shaman is able to get past that tower.
Mm-hmm. And here we go. Here's a possible gank from Night Stalker. Yeah, but Team Big Red is acknowledging that their teammate has disconnected a couple too many times, so they're just going to kind of deal with it. And Night Stalker going to be ganking here at the top. Oh, this is going to be messy for Crystal Maiden and Jakiro if they're not careful. They don't know that he's there because there's no wards here for the top. So if Night Stalker wants to, he'll be able to really kind of do the damage that they need to for Crystal Maiden and Jakiro. Jakiro, they need to push there with Night Stalker. He needs some backup because this team does have a lot of crowd control.
Unfortunately, they did see him coming. The call from mid, not enough damage or time for them to initiate the gank. And they are still using Vengeful Spirit. There's the initiation with the stun, as well as the Torrent and the Lightning. Kunkka's following up with the Tidebringer, and the Gale from Venno secures the kill on Crystal Maiden.
Oh, that was messy. That was messy.
Well, excellent play by Big Red using their disconnected teammate to initiate the team fight.
Use him as bait.
Rasa throwing down the wards, putting heavy pressure on this top tower. They're looking to take it down. I don't think Radiance will be able to defend it. It goes down.
No, those wards from Shadow Shaman are just really, really good against towers. And, you know, that's also another reason why we are seeing engagement here at bottom. Morphling and Enigma catching Windrunner out of position, but one more auto attack should bring her down. Oh, she does eat a tree, though. That was one of the perfect times to ever eat a tree there. Nice job by Windrunner. Morphling going to try and catch her out, but nothing happens. Nice play by Windrunner using her Superman speed and eating a tree right at the exact moment to get out of the range of Morphling. He didn't have enough mana.
Yeah,
Morphling did try to replicate, and he just wasn't able to get it off in time.
Yes, unfortunately his micro was not quick enough there to get that. He needed to turn quicker and kind of go past that tree. Unfortunately, he kind of dragged himself back out of position, and Windrunner was able to get out of there.
Now, let's see.
Enigma picking up that Blink Dagger at 9 minutes in, and he does have Black Hole, so maybe we will see a team fight soon from the...
And you know, his timing is so wonderful because he's level 6 and he has it. And so for Enigma to have a Blink Dagger right at level 6 and right before the 10-minute mark, very, very nice timing there by Enigma. And we are seeing Vengeful Spirit is back in the game, so she is no longer team-controlled. She is single-player controlled. So welcome back, Vengeful Spirit.
I know, Venno and Vengeful Spirit, I'm getting that mixed up as well.
Oh my gosh, it's my, on certain days, my dyslexia really screws me over, and this is just one of those days. We are seeing a possible gank by to Windrunner. Crystal Maiden going, I want this kill, I want some revenge for my friend Hero, but she's going to use her Wind Run. Oh, nice job by Windrunner.
Yeah, unfortunately Crystal Maiden without boots there. Too slow to get that frostbite off.
She just kind of slowly goes there. And Shiny, we're getting reports that the stream might be offline. Oh, if you want to check that here. Nice Doctor catching Venomancer out of position. Venomancer's going to go down, and he goes down.
The stream is fine.
Venomancer.
Do you want me to restart it?
No, I just got a couple whispers saying the stream might be down, but refresh the stream, guys, if you guys are having problems. That usually solves everything.
Let me know if that continues and I can restart it.
Will do, man, will do. Kunkka farming up like a boss here. His AoE Tidebringer ability isn't maxed, and he does a lot of AoE damage. So Kunkka is one of my favorite heroes to play in a team matchup because... Shiny, why don't you go ahead and restart